Alright guys, welcome to another Water Change Wednesday. This is the last before we go on vacation. We're about to leave for Paris tomorrow. So, just wanted to kind of get on here. I'm running a little bit behind schedule because we got a ton of things to do in just a short amount of time. I had to mow my lawn, which I just got done doing. I'm sweating. And then, what else? I had to get ready to unbox this because right after this live stream, we're going live on Facebook on the H2O Plant Pack group to unbox this live with those of you that did purchase the plant pack. And then I have to pack all my electronics, and I also have to record a video for Saturday, so I got a ton of things to do and just very little time. Tomorrow I have literally no time when I get home. Literally I have to bring the dogs to the dog sitter and then go to the airport. So I have a ton of things to get done. So let's see what everybody's saying. What's up, Jesus? What's going on? Animal Arts, welcome, welcome. What's going on, guys? I'm just going to quickly share the video here on the Facebooks. What's up, Kayla? How's it going? So if you did in fact get the plant pack, make sure you join us on our Plant Pack Facebook group to be able to watch that live stream. That's exclusive to you guys that are following there or that are subscribed to the Plant Pack. And yeah, that's really about that. What's going on, Jackie? How's it going? OG's Fish Room. What's up, Brody? How's it going? Hi Justin, have a safe trip and enjoy the beautiful experiences. Thank you. How's it going, Dylan? I just released a new fish video store tour. Please check it out and leave a like. Animal Arts, if I remember, I certainly will. I got a lot of things to do and I probably won't get to it right this second, but yeah. So, I just realized I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing in last week's video, but yeah, it has been washed, luckily. Let's see. Finally made it to a live sitting. Woot woot. Oh, welcome, Tyler. How's it going? Jackie says, I'm the one paying $251 on plants on your website in October. Well, thank you, Jackie. Hopefully we have what you want in October still, because many plants sell out, so some things I won't be getting again and some things I will, so we'll see. Carol says, hey Justin, safe travels. Thank you, Carol. Kayla says, the hubby said too many plants. I said blasphemy. I don't think there's, I mean, the plant pack's I think a cool idea. You get a pretty decent amount of plants in month over month, so that's, you know, it's pretty good. What's up, Keaton? How's it going? Tyler says safe travels. Thank you. Fish Fam Aquatics. Hey everyone, welcome. OG says I missed it. Where are you going? I'm going to France, actually. We will be out of the country. My first time overseas. I'm excited. Also nervous because I'm not a fan of planes. But yeah. So, are there any other giveaways going on? Coco's Aquarium on Instagram is doing a $50 gift certificate giveaway. What else? I don't think there's any giveaways. I didn't want to do too many things before we left for vacation because I don't know what it's gonna, if I'm gonna have any time really to answer people in like emails and messages. So I apologize if you're watching this and you're not getting a response between now and when we come back. But, you know, there's a lot going on, and I don't know how internet's going to be over there. We're probably going to be very busy, so really probably the only time I'm going to have a chance to answer questions is going to be at night when we're going to sleep, and our sleeping schedule is going to be thrown all out of whack because France or Paris is 5 hours ahead of us in the United States. So, you know, right now it's 8 o'clock. There it would be 1 a.m., so we're going to be all thrown out of whack here. Going over there. Laura says, France, I've missed so much with starting school. I hope you have so much fun. Thank you, Laura. I really appreciate it. I think we'll have fun. I'm going to try. I looked up about 6 to 9 fish stores that I want to go and look at while we're there. Hopefully we get a chance to at least visit. I want to at least see 3 of them. If we could see those 3, I'll be happy. I plan on recording. I'm also going to try and really try and shoot like a cinematic, that's the word I'm looking for, cinematic kind of short video type vlog type something like that about our whole trip. So that will debut at some point. It's gonna be something that I want to spend some time editing, really getting fine-tuned, and that's just the trip in general. But you may see videos of the fish stores in Paris a lot sooner on the trip, because those will be a little bit different. But I have an idea for like a nice little video that I want to put together, and as I've gotten better editing on the MacBook Pro, I want to really test that and see what I'm capable of doing. I want to push it to the limits. I think the more tricks I try and learn, and the more I advance in editing, the quicker I can make other videos, and the nicer I can make them. And then at the same time, you know, like I said previously, if I'm able to edit more videos more often, then that means I can upload more videos more often. So that's what I'm hoping for. OG's Fish Room says, Parlez-vous français? Kayla says, cool, France. Hope you all have fun and safe travels. Thank you. Finally remodeled my house from Harvey. Just a part of the house, though. Damn, Keaton. Well, stay safe. Everybody that is in Florida and Houston, let's not forget about them. You know, stay safe. You know, the worst is over, and now you get to rebuild. We faced the same thing here in New York when Sandy happened. Well, New York and New Jersey area. I keep forgetting that we moved to New Jersey, and like I'm just a New Yorker at heart, so you know, born and raised, and I'll always refer to this area as New York. So no matter what I do. When will you come back? We come back sometime next week. I don't want to disclose the date because yeah. Is this a business trip? So it's not a business trip. It's more of a baby moon vacation, being that Margaret is pregnant. If you didn't know, well, Margaret is pregnant, although we've kind of disclosed that weeks ago. But if you didn't know, we're pregnant. The baby announcement will be in Paris, so we will find out the sex there. And why can't I get this window to resize? As well as, like I said, I want to film some fish stores, and I want to film like a cinematic. Oh my God, I can't speak. Video for YouTube, whether that goes on this channel or possibly a secondary channel if I make that, because it's that cinematic video may not be fish related, and I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. We'll see. But it's, you know, it's the trip's for her and me, I guess, to kind of get away and enjoy the last bit of kind of peace that we have before the little one comes in February. So let's see, what's up, MK? Jason says, just got my first plane pack in the mail. Lots of crisps. They look okay. A little dry after shipping to California. They should be alright as long as they were sealed. Unless they're really like, you can see if they're dry. Like if the leaves are like crunchy, that means they dried. Just let me know. We can ship you out another one when we get back. MK Films asks, how many tanks do we have? Well, behind me you see the rack of 8 tanks. Behind that is a 55 and another 40-gallon breeder. Over there is Lucky's tank. If you watch this past Saturday's video, well, that's Lucky's tank there. And the doggies are right there sleeping. And then over on this side of the room, over here, we have 3 more 40-gallon breeders. Eventually, the wall right here to my right will be lined with the same sort of rack that's over there. Ooh, baby moon time. I'm glad y'all getting away while you can. Yep, that was the whole idea. She's been wanting to go to Paris for the longest time, and I said, you know what? We're not going to have any time soon to go after the baby comes, so let's go. My guppy gave birth yesterday. Well, nice animal. I hope you got some nice looking guppies out of it. What are some plants that don't need CO2 that you suggest? Well, the basics pretty much are Anubis, Java Fern, Vals, Amazon Swords. Really depends on your tank. Also mosses, 4-leaf clover, there's a bunch of plants. A lot of what I sell is doesn't require CO2. There are some plants that do require CO2. If you go on to each plant on the website, they'll tell you, but if you click on the section that says low-tech beginner plants, that's what will essentially need no CO2. What's up, Famous Jones? How's it going? What's up, Craigmas Barker? How's it going? Am I the only one who just started school? I live in Houston, though. Oh, damn. I was thinking about this the other day, how both of these areas were affected by these hurricanes, both Florida and Houston, and how school resumed literally like 2 or 3 days later for a lot of areas. And I just, like, part of me understands, okay, we'll get the kids out of the house so the parents can work on getting things fixed. But at the same time, it's like, isn't that somewhat of a safety concern too? Like, depending on the area, maybe there's flooding or trees down, or I don't know. It's strange. Take me with you. Well, college, if I do actually put together this cinematic video that I want to, it will be like I'm taking all you guys there with me. I figured, I never thought I would go to Paris, and there's probably people out there that will never get the chance to go to Paris. I'm fortunate to be able to go and afford to go, and I wanted to kind of show it from my eyes and also make it nice. I really want to test my film editing abilities. What's up, KP Aquariums? How's it going? I'm so tired. Well, not tired, but exhausted from just mowing the lawn. Literally, it's gone like 3 weeks. 3 weeks without mowing, so it was a ton of grass that I had to cut through. Look at you already having dad safety thoughts. Well, I guess so, maybe. All is good. My 4-leaf clovers are growing rapidly, spreading nice after 2 weeks. Nice, Famous Jones. I'm glad they're working out well for you. 4-leaf clovers, like I always say to people, they're always asking about carpeting plants. Nobody ever has mentioned 4-leaf clover, and just by testing it, it's truly one of the best carpeting plants. Very easy and quite good. That feeling when you actually have to do a water change on Water Change Wednesday? Damn, Dave. Well, yep, you gotta do them. Unfortunately, that's part of keeping fish tanks. Fortunately, I don't do them anymore, but yeah. I'm gonna play with scissors because why not? And I feel like I need something to twiddle with. What nutrients do I need to keep the red leaves on my Kleiner Bar sword red? You would want vital plant tabs or root tabs, or, I mean, you could use any root tabs, particularly mine, I would advise. Oh, while we're on the live stream, let me show you guys new packaging, or new stuff in general. Because why not? While we're here, might as well plug the merch, or plug the products. So, this actually doesn't have any root tabs in it, but I wanted to show the new packaging and the new labeling. So, before, these came in a little black baggie that was probably about a third of the size of this. It was really difficult to jam 25 root tabs into the packaging. This is for the root tabs. So now I got this nice white envelope. This took literally 2 weeks to come from China. And the labels we had professionally done before. I was printing them myself, and you could really tell I didn't like the quality. I really wanted to give you guys some nice packaging. So we spent a lot doing this. And yeah, I like how it came out. It's still, I would have liked a slightly better quality. Like, if you really look closely, you could see that it's a tiny bit fuzzy around it. I don't really know how to fix that. I'm not a graphics guy. But, I mean, if you look at it, from regular view length, it's really good. So I'm happy with it overall. So this is the vital tabs. Right? So this is the root tabs. Also, the biggest thing is on all the root tabs. Nobody ever mentioned it, but I did get a couple times I got asked, like, how do you use these? Because on the labels I was making, they didn't show the instructions. Now the instructions are actually on here. They give you a breakdown of what's in there, so you know, and it's resealable. So you could even, you know, after you're done using this, you could put fish food or something in there if you wanted to. Me, I have multiple tanks on multiple stories of the house, so I like to have packaging to put stuff in if I need to. So new root tabs things, if anybody's not familiar with these are great for root feeder plants such as swords and crypts. Just overall, any plant will really benefit from nutrients at the roots. They go a long way. One root tab covers 5 inches by 5 inches, so most aquariums are, let's just say, I mean, the average hobbyist probably has anywhere between a 20 and a 40 gallon tank. That's like average, I would say. So these will cover a pretty decent amount of the tank size for you. So that's that. The other thing we got, so this is new. This isn't my brand of fertilizer, but it is a well-known fertilizer in the, I guess in the Facebook groups and whatnot. It's called Thrive, and this is Thrive S. So we have Vital, which is my new fertilizer, right? So this is Vital, the new packaging, very clean. I wanted to go all white kind of thing, white on white. The instructions are a lot better. The old one was very fuzzy and difficult to read. I didn't like it. It wasn't crisp, and I can imagine anybody out there over probably the age of 40 with poor eyesight probably couldn't see it all that well. So I do apologize for anybody with poor eyesight. But now this is much more crisp, easier to read. I blew it up a little bit so that way you can see the text better. And I think overall it's a nicer packaging. It's clean, just like the Vital tabs. So, you know, white on white. Unfortunately, they didn't have white caps. I couldn't get white caps for some odd reason, or white pumps, but every one of them comes with a pump top and very easy to dose. So, so that's Vital and Vital tabs. We also have we haven't made these yet. I actually have all the ingredients to make them. I just haven't had time, but nobody ordered it this week, so I don't have to really worry about it. And when we come back next week, I'll be able to make some before they have to be shipped. But we also have Vital X now, and this is actually the label for Vital X. And this Vital X, which is going to be essentially, picture this bottle, but with this label on it. You're saying over 40 is old. Not old, but I'm just saying, you know, eyesight starts to go as you get older, not old, okay? But, I mean, I'm only 28, so a lot of people are old to me. You're older. But 40 is still rather young. I'm sure when you're in your 40s, you're still going to feel young, Brian. Didn't mean it in that way. So, this is Vital X. This is going to be if you have highlight tanks with CO2, and lots of like red plants. This is what I would recommend for you. Get Vital X. If you are with the low tech, low light, no CO2, and get regular Vital. The reason why I carry both is because this has lower nutrient content, so it's basically a more diluted version of Vital X, but it lends itself well to beginners because beginners oftentimes don't know essentially what they're doing, and they may overdose. In which case, if you overdose this, you may not get an algae bloom so much, depending on how much you overdose it. And it's just good for beginners. It's easier to fine-tune than when you have a more concentrated formula. With that said, you could still use Vital X for low-light tanks. So if you have multiple tanks, maybe you have one with CO2, one high light, and then one with low light, you could interchange them. You just need to use a lot less of Vital X in those low-light tanks. So this is Vital X. I really like how the X came out. I had my graphic designer do it. I wanted something a little nice and edgy and not so clean cut. So that brings me back to Thrive S. So why do we have this if we have these two? So Thrive S is specifically made for shrimp tanks. So Vital and Vital X can be used with shrimp tanks, but if you're not careful with the dosage, even slightly overdosing can hurt some shrimp and possibly kill them. So if you're one of those, and listen, I don't blame you. If you have shrimp costs a lot of money, and I don't like killing anything, but I have really horrible times keeping shrimp, mainly because I dose fertilizer probably way too much, and that's killed them in the past, or CO2's run too high. So they are very sensitive. So if you really don't want to run the risk, you could use this. This is an even more diluted formula of Vital and Vital X, except it contains really zero copper, and it has a very low amount of nitrogen, which nitrogen also can impact shrimp as well. And what is it, NKO2 or NOK, something like that? KNO2 or something like that, I think it is. That can impact it. That's what one of the ingredients is in this. So this is completely shrimp safe. You don't have to worry about this affecting shrimp. So if you have shrimp, get the Ribes. It's good stuff. I'm actually using it in my shrimp tank that I'm currently trying to keep. So we shall see. But yeah, so those are the new packagings. You know, feel free to order. They're on the website, and yeah. So let's see. Hopefully a lot of it in stock because I'm buying 42 items. Well, Jackie, if you know, unless it's a matter of having the money right now, you can place your order and just tell me to hold it until you want it to be shipped, so that way everything's held for you essentially. So, someone sold me parrot's feather as water spray on eBay. Quite disappointed. I'll buy it from you next time. Well, thank you, Jesus. I appreciate it. Do I have parrot's feather? I don't think I have parrot's feather. I have red parrot's feather. It's very nice looking. Finally got to one of your streams. Been busy lately. No problem, AMA. Did you design it yourself? If you use Illustrator or vector-based program, it should not be fuzzy looking. If it looks fuzzy and you did the correct setup, it's a printer issue. So I didn't design the label. I sent it to my graphics guy. He sent me a PSD file because that's the only one that I have to edit, Photoshop, and then I sent it to the printer. They asked for it in a PDF form, so I took the whole label and I sent it to them as a PDF form, and they told me it looked a little fuzzy. I mean, it looks crisp, like unless you're like really up close, and I'm one of those guys, like I'll really inspect it, like I'll go really up close to see. You know, like these look good, the Vitals look good. It's just the root tabs is a tiny bit fuzzy around the edges, but you really have to look very closely to see it, like super close. So I don't know. I'm not a graphics guy. I really don't know what happened, but I needed to get these ordered ASAP because I already had everything sitting here. I was literally waiting on the labels. So you know, they look fine. They could be slightly better, which for the next run I'll make sure that they are. But these are great. Like what I'm talking about is me being a perfectionist and never happy with anything I do. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, well, I see a tiny bit of, you know, fuzziness. It could be crisper, and yeah, I'm my own worst critic. So, wow, they look amazing. I'm happy you kept the resealable bags too. Well, nice. How does it lend itself to old people? What do you mean, Ryan? I'm confused. Do liquid ferts affect ammonia levels? So no, they're not putting in ammonia. They're putting in nitrogen. They're putting in what's the other ingredients? Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, sulfur, boron, copper, iron, manganese, molybdenum, and zinc is regular Vital, and Vital X has slightly different components. So they're not putting in ammonia, they're putting in actual nutrients that the plants can use. If you haven't seen my video I did months ago on why plant fertilizer is important, you can go back and look at that. Just type in fertilizer in the search, or fertilizer H2O plants, and you'll probably find it. And essentially think of it like building a building, and you need all these different components. And when a plant is lacking those components, it can't construct itself properly. So it may find workarounds, but it's going to grow either slower, be stunted, not look as well as it should, and all that stuff. So, yeah. Got my power back today. Nice, Austin. Glad to hear. How do you know when you're overdosing with the liquid fertilizer? Well, it depends on really your tank. If you have shrimp and you're overdosing, you'll quickly soon. If you kill, you'll see when you kill them because they're sensitive to those kind of fluctuations. Algae is a good sign. Usually, that's if you have too much algae and you're like dosing fertilizer. Initially, when you first start dosing fertilizer, you want to use a little bit and work your way up to the full dosage because your plants aren't going to be used to uptaking all those nutrients. Therefore, you're not going to have the growth to sustain it. So what's going to happen is you're going to put a little bit in, the plants are going to be like, oh, food, and they're going to start eating. But they're not going to consume it all because there's not a ton of growth going on. But then once they start growing, and escalating, and you have a lot more plant growth, then they're going to start consuming more nutrients. So it's kind of like an up curve. You adjust your nutrients accordingly. What's your water bill? This month was only $42, so not that bad. KNO2 is potassium nitrate? Yeah, I think that's it, potassium nitrate. How important is flow in a planted tank? The new packaging is nice. Thank you, Rich. Flow is... It depends. So, you could do tanks with very little flow, but what I found is, one, your water is going to be a lot dirtier. The reason being is, when you have flow, right, it allows the particles in the water to get knocked around, and essentially stems and other leaves make it so your tanks essentially get a little bit cleaner, because what happens is the particles in the water hit the leaf or hit the stem of the plant and then they fall to the ground. So the more flow you have, the more particles are going to be moved around and able to be hit. If you have very stagnant water, you're going to probably get a lot of like a smelly issue. Your water is going to stink, and you're not going to have a whole lot of filtration going on if you don't have a whole lot of flow. Also, if you're dosing fertilizer or CO2, you really want to move that stuff around. It's good to move it around, get it distributed. If you don't have a lot of flow, it's going to not get distributed as evenly. I make rockets out of KNO2. Nice. That's approved by Department of Agriculture, Food, and Drugs. The KNO2, I believe so, yeah. Should have made the label in vector graphics, not rasterized. Photoshop, that's why have your graphics guy make an Illustrator PDF to send it over. I'm a perfectionist too, and if you need a new graphics guy, I got you. Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Yeah, my graphics guy is like catering to me, and I'm not super versed with what I need. So the next time around, I'll definitely get it 100% crisp. But other than, I mean, regardless, it's just me being picky. The packaging is very nice, especially compared to the last one that I had. The last one was, I did the best for what I had, and now that I have a little more funds to put behind it, now I can make the product better, and that's my key, is make the product better, give you guys a better experience. So that's what I'm able to do now. I've used Osmocote for root tabs, and my ammonia level shot way up. Yes, so Osmocote does that. Osmocote is not an ideal root tab. It does work. I use it in most tanks. I actually, before I set the racks up, when I add in substrate, I actually pour a thin layer of Osmocote beneath the substrate. That's just to get a lot of nutrients down in the roots, because it's a lot easier than putting down root tabs or putting dirt, because they don't want to put dirt and have it like plume up and cloud the water. So it's easier for me to just put in some Osmocote Plus and then cap it with fluorite, and then the nutrients stay down there. But yeah, they do cause ammonia spikes, Osmocote. The root tabs I have and the fertilizer I have will not cause ammonia spikes. The root tabs are dirt, essentially, that I have. They're mineralized topsoil mixed with some clay and some other nutrient additives that are all natural, and it's not going to cause ammonia like that. I wish I had the money right now, but I'm fine with waiting. When will you get more hornwort, by the way? My betas love hornwort. So I actually have some hornwort growing. I don't really put it up on the site because it sells out like this. But if you want hornwort, just message me when you're ready to place your order, and if I have some, I'll set you up with it. Two plants that I can't seem to grow fast enough: hornwort and anacris. You guys, I have like 50 people waiting on anacris. and for some reason it grows like weeds everywhere except in my tanks. I don't know if it has to do with too much flow, too much light, too much CO2, too much nutrients. I don't know. Something with it is really stunting its growth, so I'm not sure. Could adding plants to a tank cause a bacterial bloom? I don't know if, like, it could, like, scientifically speaking, and like, you know, saying, yeah, definitely. But I imagine it could. I mean, subtle changes in tanks can cause lots of things, so I don't imagine it being being impossible. How many weeks / months would it take till I start seeing improvements in my plants due to new lights? So, depending on the light and depending on the plants, you should probably see, within 2 weeks, you should see a significant improvement in lighting, or in plants with lighting. So, great, good to know. Click that like button for this great information. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for the info. What do you think about deep dirt substrate like 4 inches? I've heard different opinions about this. Or about HS2 and oxygenation. Oxygen will really take care of the dangerous gas. So I've never kept a dirted tank, right? So I don't know from experience. But what I will say is you don't need that much, especially dirt. I would go a thin layer, about half inch to 2 inches, or ½ inch to 1 inch of dirt, and then another inch or 2 of another substrate on top. You don't want to do pure dirt, really. I mean, unless you're really like setting out to do dirt. But I wouldn't do just dirt if I did it, because when you pull up plants or you go to root plants, you're going to cloud your water like crazy. It's not going to be good. So I would stick to a very thin layer of dirt. Have you still got shirts on Teespring? It's spring in Australia now. I don't have shirts on Teespring just at the moment. I will in the future. Probably, I would give it about a month. I want to rework the designs a little bit, kind of fine-tune them, get them really good, and then I will relaunch them in probably by like middle of October or end of October. Adding plants to tank, you probably stirred up too much of the substrate and caused the water to cloud up. That's also possible too. If you added plants to the substrate, this goes back to the bacterial bloom. If you added stuff to the substrate and, you know, there was debris or detritus sitting on the substrate, when you go and you put those plants in and dig them up, dig up the substrate to plant them, it's going to kick up a bunch of stuff, and that could essentially sit in your water for a day or two until it clears up. Would super glue hurt Anubis? Nope. I glued 2 that I got from you. 1 is thriving and 1 rhizome melted down to 1 leaf. So it's possible that the plant was just, you know, not in the best condition. D, just message me. I can actually send you out a new one if it happened within a relatively short amount of time. But super glue should be safe for it, as long as you didn't super glue the top where the leaves come out. The trick is super glue the bottom of it where the roots are. And not a whole lot, just enough to hold it in place. I have a 100-gallon tank full of hornwort. Damn. Can I get it all? Speaking of lights, I am thinking of getting blue-white lighting. How will the blue light affect plants? Any recommendations for a 48-long, 55-gallon tank? So if I was to buy a light for anything over 40 gallons, so a 55-gallon, a 75-gallon, I would go with the SB, so that's Sam Boy Reef lights. They are, I know it says reef in the name, but they have a planted variation. They are incredible lights for the price. You'll probably need 2 of them, but I think that's about anywhere between $260 and $320. I forget the exact price point, but for $320 you get a really good solid light. That's if you're trying to get highlight. If you're trying to go with like low to medium light, you could try the Fluval 2.0. You get like medium to low light with that. Phoenix isn't going to be the best from my personal experience, although I haven't tested their new lights, so I don't know what they are. But blue and red light is what plants absorb the most of. So when you have those, it's really going to help the growth. Will you do hoodies too at the same time? Yeah, so most likely, because October is going to be fall for us here, I'll most likely have hoodies and t-shirts available because, you know, for those international, that it may be spring and summer for you. I didn't think about it last time I did the last Teespring campaign, but there's another thing that I found. It's a plugin for the website, so I could actually sell directly through the website, but still do the drop ship thing for the t-shirts. So I don't know. I'm going to test out, see how that works, and we might do that instead because I think that's a better option. I think Franz is talking about nitrogen bubbles in substrate, not oxygen. Not sure. Get a handful of hornwort, take it to your local fish store, and trade for some frozen foods. That is true. You can take a lot of things to local fish store. Probably glued in the wrong spot. Live and learn. No problem, D. Martinez. Just let me know if you have any other issues. I'll help you out. Shared this to STL Planted Tank group on Facebook. Can't grow Nacros either. Well, thank you, Rich. And yeah, I mean, it grows. It just doesn't grow super fast. Other people, they have it and it grows like crazy, so I don't know. I have 5 Amazon swords, 1 thing of root tabs, 5 Italian valves, 5 jungle valves, 2 ruby reds, 3 3-inch by 5-inch mats of java moss, 1 dwarf waterlilies, 4 contortion valves, 4 water sprites, 4 dwarf clovers. Jesus, that's a lot. This is like half my list. Never mind most of what I have on what I'm buying on the website. Well, thank you, Jackie. That's crazy. I hear a buzzing noise and eye pain when I turn my head all the way to the left. Should I try eardrops or Advil, or do I need to schedule an appointment with Dr. McRae? I don't know, Ryan. That's not good. I would go get that looked at. He said, sorry, wrong chat. It's all good, Ryan. It's all good. You're doing the plant pack unboxing today, right? Yep, on the Facebook group. We will be unboxing this guy right here. And just so you guys know, I think a lot of people got a little bit confused with the plant pack. So on plant pack, when you sign up for it, there's an option there to tell us your t-shirt size. Not every box is going to have t-shirts, but my idea is like every 3 or 4 months to put a t-shirt in the box. We still don't know if we're going to do that. Keep in mind, this is about the plants. This isn't about apparel. But if there is one box that, hey, you know, I came up with a themed shirt that maybe matches the theme of the box, I want to include that, and you know, or just a shirt in general that we produce. Because my idea is have different artwork, and doing a different shirt every month is going to be difficult right now. If I get artists in the community that want to submit artwork that are graphic designers, and that would like to contribute, that's fine. You know, we can feature their shirt. I'll get them printed. We'll get all these shirts ordered and put in the boxes. That's a cool thing. I just don't know if our community is that big yet that we have graphic designers like that I could do one every month. But if somebody out there is watching this and dabbles in graphics, if you want to come up with some cool fish-related design or planted tank design or anything having to do with the aquarium industry in general, shoot me a message or email, and we'll take a look at it. But yeah, so right now the first box only contains plants and one other item. There's another little guy in here for you guys. Next box, I should mention, so this was a crypt box, so there's 3 species of crypts in this box. Next month is going to be Anubis, and there's actually going to be 3 types of Anubis in the box. And 3 of them, well, all 3, we don't carry on the website. So all 3 are going to be new kinds of species. 2 of them I've never seen before, nor have ever been able to order. And 1 of them I keep, but it's a rare sort of Anubis. It's more, I guess it's uncommon. You can order it from some other online retailers, but I haven't been able to find a supplier until now. So it's going to be pretty cool, I think. My anacris grew better under low light than the highlight. I think that might be the key, because I have it right now in one of the tanks, and it was getting pounded by light, but I kind of like threw it on the bottom of the tank and let it get shaded. So we'll see. Still have more. I'll have 9 20-gallon tanks to escape. Jesus, Jackie, that's a whole lot. Should I dip my Fluval 2.0 for medium light plants or leave it on leave it at full blast? So it really depends. If you're getting algae, yes, I would lower it, and if the plants are established, yes, like Roger was asking. If they're not established, well, no, if they're not established, you could blast it because they're gonna have to. The light will help them get established, but you really just have to look and see if you're getting algae. If you get algae, yes, dim them. If you're not getting algae, leave them at full blast. Anubis Nana Pinto. No, it's not Anubis Nana Pinto because one Anubis Nana Pinto is anywhere between $15 to $25 retail usually, maybe more. Probably be more because I think hobbyists sell it for $20, so it'd be more than what hobbyists sell it for. That would be the whole box. But they are different varieties of Anubis that I think you guys should like. How deep should your substrate be to plant plants? So anywhere between 2 and 3 inches is ideal. Anything more than that you really don't want. Anything less than that will be very hard to plant. So those are ideal. What's in the box? What's in the box? Ruger says 1 to 2 inch for plant substrate. I'm not a fan of 1 inch substrates. They bother me. They're too shallow. You guys want to see some cool gear I got? I got a new tripod. This will hopefully make it easier to do some stuff that I want to do. I also got a couple other things too. What's in the bag? So I got I got all my electronics kind of ready, but I ordered a new camera bag so I could fit everything in there. Something that I got that I think a lot of you will appreciate. When I record the videos, right, I'm shooting it all from the iPhone, and the iPhone doesn't have the best audio pickup really. So I got this guy. It's a dead cat. No, it's actually a Rode microphone. I've already tested the audio. It's really good. I very much enjoy it. So I think that'll be cool. I also got this guy, which I'm excited for. And I have a 50 gallons escape. Damn, Jackie, that's a whole lot of tanks. My girlfriend is going to let me put a tank at her apartment. Got an extra 10 gallons. She's going to pick everything that goes in it. She already said she wants to plant a tank. Very nice, Josh. Well, if you need any help figuring it out, let me know. Tentacle monster, that's right. My giant hair grass is kind of brown at the bottom, but taking off bright green at the top. Is that normal? Yeah, so the bottom's going to probably die, and what you're going to be looking for is where little roots are going to start forming. Or little like buds kind of, I guess, or yeah, and then you'll want to plant those, and that'll they're basically adjusting to your tank. So my tank was clear after planting them. About 3 days later it clouded up a bit. I was wondering if maybe the plants melting back have some cause. It's possible. I would give it a couple days, see what happens, also do some water changes, and you'll be good. What's that sound? I hear like a strange sound. It almost sounds like a mouse. That's strange. Hope it isn't a mouse. I don't know what it is. Anyway. Oh, it's really bothering me. What the hell is it? Huh. Okay. Anyway. It's awesome being able to talk like a pro. Or to a pro. Damn, Jason. Not a pro, I just have some success. So I got this cool wide-angled lens for the iPhone. what it allows us to do. Oh, I did not put it on there correctly. It has to go on this one. But let's see. It basically gives a whole view of the fish room, which is really nice. And if I take it off, you can see how it doesn't. So, very much like this little thing here. It's very, very cool. So, got a couple new little tech things. Help make some really cool videos. I think that's really about it. Ooh, I just remembered I have to do this before I forget. I also made modifications to my gimbal too. I had to construct this, a counterweight, because when you put the lens on this and put it in the gimbal's not balanced. And let me show you guys. I'll show you. We'll do a little tech demo, just because I feel like it. So this is the vlogging setup, right? So we got the gimbal, right? Osmo gimbal. We got to put this guy in there. Okay, that guy goes in there like this. So what should happen is the phone should sit completely straight, and it's not. You see it completely falling over right now because it's too heavy on that end. So what we're going to do is we throw this thing on here, and now the phone goes like that, right? But then we take the lens and we put the lens on. Right, now let's see what happens. So now it goes too far like that. Oh, you know what I actually have to do? I have to add another weight. Let's go like this. Because they're doing a little more research. They said it should be perfectly balanced. You got a gimbal? Yeah. So you're gonna get the new iPhone? I don't know if the iPhone's worth it. The new one, for me anyway. I just bought this. It's a very small incremental upgrade. Nope, still too heavy. I'm going to need some more. It's almost getting there. So I'm gonna need to get another 2 washers. Or maybe another 1 washer. So the gimbal should sit like this, but it's just too weighted. So we'll see. I gotta play around with this a little bit more at work. I'm gonna need a couple more washers, I think. Get it to work. But yeah, so this is the setup for when I want to do like cinematic shots, which hence the stuff. And then the other one is for the GorillaPod with the microphone, because this you don't really need the microphone on it because I'm not really going to be using this to chat with, but we'll see. Except this case. Okay. There we go. What type of mosses do you have? So I have a bunch of different mosses. Actually, yesterday we went through all the mosses we have, and we essentially divided them up. You're probably not going to be able to tell. No, you can't really. You can kind of see them on this tank there, sticked on the glass. So we used all the stainless steel ledges that we have, which I actually have to order more because we used them all up. But we divided them up. I have lots of peacock moss, Taiwan moss, and Amaranth moss on the website. I also will have true weeping moss or true willow moss, I forget which one it is, on there. And or it will be going up there. And then when we get back, we'll probably have a couple other ones. We'll probably have mini Pelia, because we have a ton of that. Triangular moss, we'll probably have some of that. There's a couple other ones. There's a lot of moss that we had, so we're letting it grow out. I divvied it up. We broke it up yesterday. We went through a lot of ledges, and yeah, so we have a lot of moss growing. So we'll have a lot more in the upcoming weeks here. But thank you, Ruru, for posting the moss link. White edges on my plant. Lack of CO2. I have CO2 now. Do I trim them, or will it absorb away? I would leave them if it doesn't have any other ones, but if it does have other leaves, I would cut them off. Go with the Samsung 8 Plus. Does great pics and videos. I would, but there's a problem. Android does not get updates for the social media platforms as fast as Apple does. Apple gets them a lot sooner. So to have a competitive edge in this business, amongst other people and other things, having the newest updates first really lends itself well to being able to figure out the new things and really get it going. So until Android, because I was a big Android guy, I love Android, but Apple just gets those updates faster and it's better. Also, Apple's from iPhone to Mac rendering wise videos so much better than anything I've ever done. So yeah, when are you gonna get a real DSLR and be doing vlogs? See, that's the thing. So we got about 10-15 minutes left of this live stream, so we're gonna talk about some tech, I guess. I was going to buy a Canon 70D because I really wanted to step up the videos, get a really nice quality. But for what I needed, it would have been about $1,200 to $1,500 for everything. That's a ton of money for a camera that odds are I won't use. I'm not the person that is going to lug around a camera plus my phone. I just know myself. So what I said I'm going to do is, instead of doing that, I'm going to convert this into my vlogging machine, because this still has a really good quality. And I don't feel like doing 4K is going to make anything, or, you know, 4K or super freaking fancy like that. I don't think it's going to make any difference if the content is good. Content is key. So I've said, you know what, let me spend a couple $100, get this to be as good as I can. You know, it's not going to be DSLR quality, of course, but it's still pretty damn good. And unless you're one of those really like spec nerds and all that, you're not gonna tell the difference. I can't tell the difference. If I can't tell the difference, this can shoot in 4K. So I just, outside of being able to do custom zooming with the lens and all that, I don't think so. How much tank space will a grab bag use? I'm getting a 130-gallon tank and need lots of plants. So a grab bag, I would say on average would be good for about 40 gallons of space. 130 gallons, that's a huge tank. To really heavily plant it, you're going to need to spend a lot of money if you want it planted fast. If you don't have the money to spend it to get planted fast, you want to buy plants that propagate out fast. So what I would recommend is things like 4-leaf clover. Get a couple of those, they'll spread out relatively quick. Vals spread out really fastly. So like Ruby Red, Italian Val, Jungle Val 2 works. I'm not a fan of regular Jungle Val. I like the other ones more, so I recommend them more. Crips don't spread out fast, but once they get established and you uproot them, you have a ton of babies usually. So you let them go for like 2 or 3 months, and within 2 or 3 months you'll have like 10 plants. So Crips are good in that aspect. Java Fern can produce lots of babies very quickly. If the leaf starts to die, it'll produce new babies, so that's a good one. Water Wisteria grows very fast. Water Sprite grows very fast, produces lots of babies. Ludwigias grow really fast. Rotalos grow really fast. So those are the kind, and any other sort of high grow plant also grows very fast. So all these type of plants are the plants I would recommend for if you wanted to spend the least amount of money, get a couple of each plant, spread them out, and then within a month or two they'll be filling in nicely. But if you don't have the patience and you want it heavily planted, to be able to plant a 130-gallon tank and really make it look nice, I would say you're probably looking anywhere between, give or take, depending on the plants, anywhere between $150 to $250 probably. If I had to take a shot in the dark, it would probably cost you that much. I have rotellas, and they are great. Yeah, rotellas grow great. I actually gave a bunch away to the people that work here yesterday because we were going through trimming the plants, and none of them got bought. Some of the rotella coloradas and the rotella yao yai, so I gave them to them. What is that sound? There's seriously a sound. Floating plants do grow fast too, but they're not, you know, they're floating. They're not in the tank. Essentially, they're on top of the water, so there's something in my HVAC system, I think. So yeah, so that's the tech. Oh, that wasn't supposed to go that far. Did I mess this up? I think I might have messed up the case already. Let's see. How's the luck? Oh, would help if I took off the case. It's a mouse. It sounds like a mouse. I toss a handful of floating plants every week in my 10-gallon. Damn. Rotella rendifolia, Rotella SP Colorado, and Rotella SP Saloon. Oh, I want Saloon. Nice, right before vacation. Yeah, right? I'm struggling with water spray. Not sure why. I got it delivered from you last week, and it looked good when I put it in. It's browning up quite a bit. Is that normal at first? Yeah. So water sprite, that's normal for it to brown up at first. What's going to happen is you're going to see new baby plants form at the leaves. The plant grows like crazy because it produces baby plants from all the leaves. So just leave it in there. Float it, if anything. Just let it float and be closer to light, and you'll see tons of babies come up. And then they grow super fast. So, how do you clean the glass in your aquarium, both inside and out? So I have a razor blade. You could use a razor blade, or they have algae scrapers. Either a, it's like a pot scrubbing type material, but not a pot scrubber, or a metal blade type thing. You could use either or. I have both. Typically, razor blades work the best for me. I'll definitely be buying plants for my 130 gallon from you. I was happy with my last order and all the help. You're welcome, D, and I appreciate it. They grow like 2 to 3 centimeters every 4 days. I love them. My Sylvania and the Tams grow like hell. Yeah, Sylvania takes off too. Rotellas are super fast growing plants, so if you're ever looking for something that grows super fast and can get really bushy, that's your plant. That is most certainly your plant. So here's the new bag that I got. I'm going to look like a total tourist in France, but I was going to order, but shipping was just too expensive. Well, my shipping, I think, is the cheapest out of any other retailer. It's only $8.50. Do you ship to Portugal? No, just the United States. So, I got this, and the goal is, that fits? Yep, that fits. Does the Gorilla Pod fit? Come on, fit. No! Oh, but wait, if I tilt this down, take this, and go like that, put that down. No, it doesn't want to fit. No, don't do this. I want to fit everything in here. Damn it. If I turn up the legs, it might fit. Then it's going to be annoying having to redo these every time. I want to take this thing out. Okay, well, whatever. That fits. Now it fits. Magic Eraser also works too, yeah, if you don't get the ones without chemicals. My banana plants have been growing pretty quickly. Nice. Gotta go. Sorry I was lurking, but I was busy in the background and listening. Thanks for the stream. Love you all. Thank you for watching. Yeah, we're actually gonna be ending this in about 2 minutes. Gonna hop over to the Facebook group for the Plant Pack people and do the unboxing. Do you ship to Puerto Rico or only continental US? So I have shipped to Puerto Rico before and they made it there just fine. So if you need it, let me know. How long should it take for stem plant trimmings to grow roots? And should I leave them float for a while? So they'll grow roots faster floating for the most part on most plants, yes. And typically it depends on the plant. It could take anywhere between a week to a month. I have some plants here that are stem plants that still haven't grown roots. I've had them in a tank for 2 months. But that's rare sort of plants that aren't going to be that common. I don't even think I've sold any of them yet. So ETA getting more Bacopas. So Bacopa Carolina I may have when we come back. Bacopa Monterey, I have some growing. We got it in a week or two ago, but I'm allowing it to convert because I really just want to sell the converged stems. If you come back the 25th, that's a day before my birthday. Well, congratulations and happy birthday. When's the best time to dose ferts? Right after a water change? Well, yeah, it depends on the method that you're doing. So, like, I do the EI method, so I dose right after we do water changes. Or, well, we don't do water changes, but when we were doing water changes, yeah, we would dose. I see... Oh. Would be nice to see the names of plants on your website without having to hover over each image individually. I'm actually going to rework the website a little bit. Some people were saying that the images take too long to load for some cases, and I can understand that because, I mean, I'm fortunate enough to live in an area with super fast internet, and I guess not everybody has that, so I'm going to try and get that going. Get it a little bit easier for people to see and also put the names below. Which Facebook group? The Plant Pack Facebook group. Do you have any anacras? I have some growing. I don't know if I have any ready, but if you message me, I can. I'll take a look for you and set you up with it. All right, guys. This has been this week's Wednesday live stream. I'm gonna be heading over to the Plant Pack Facebook group to live stream there for a little bit and touch on that. And then yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. And maybe during my trip I'll be posting some stuff on Instagram and Facebook, so stay tuned, and hopefully Saturday I'll have a video for you. If not, don't kill me. Keep in mind I'm going to be in Paris, so I don't know if I'm going to have the internet to upload. I'm going to probably edit a video on the plane right there, try and upload it at the hotel. Hopefully I have enough internet to be able to get it up there. So I'll just read the last couple of things here. I just watched Creative Pet Keeping's video on unboxing your monthly subscription. How much does that cost? $30. Shipped to you. Free shipping. My plants should be arriving tomorrow. Can't wait. Nice. When you ship out plants, do you give a sample of your fish food? So I don't have any fish food in stock. I haven't for probably the last 3 months. When I get it again, yes. Agree with loading speed too slow. Alright, yeah, I'll definitely take that into consideration when I do it. Alright, guys, I will see you later. Have a nice weekend if I don't talk to you and all that good stuff. Peace.